Hi, I'm Sailor Moon, and I am Sailor Pluto. Do I look like? And today we're going to talk about this hang up that happened with SailorMoonTV.com. So we've been getting SailorMoonTV.com to work again since they pulled out on Google Chrome, but not on Microsoft Edge or Molly Firefox or Apple Safari or Opera or anything like that. So then we go on yesterday and the account or the reckoning has been put on hold. Why? Who knows? I got some guesses, Sailor Moon says why. I got some guesses why this was. One, they didn't pay, they didn't buy, they didn't geld their borrowing for income for the month. You know how most websteads are, they borrow or they rent, but that's a French borrowed word. So they borrow a room on the web, someone to hold their webstead for them. Like GoDaddy or Blix. But my guess is they didn't get their geld in time for whoever the web holder is. So their webstead got put on hold until they get the geld. It would be like you borrowing a house and then the landlord or the landlady, telling you can't live in your house, you can't live here until you get the geld in. Like, they got their grace, they got their holding time where they'll hold for it to come, maybe 5 days. Well, I don't know. See, I don't own a webstead, and I don't know how these deals go. And I guess some folks, if they have enough, they can have their webstead holded by someone, or maybe all websteads are holded by someone. I don't know. But apparently, that's what I guess what happened. My guess was that they couldn't get their geld in time, and the web holder, whoever they borrow out their web room to, just thought it was like, well, you didn't get it in time, so now your reckoning's going to be put on hold. Right, Sailor Moon, you're right about that. But then again, SailorMoonTV.com always seems to have one hang up or the other. If it wasn't films not playing, if it was having hang-ups of Google Chrome, which we don't have anymore, or having hang-ups of all kinds of shit where the shout-out box doesn't work, or, whatever, apparently at the end of the day, it is what it is. That's my guess. Unless they did something unlawful, which I don't really believe they did. Yeah, unless they got in a hang up with Toei over ownership over Sailor Moon. That's the only unlawful thing they could be in a bind for. A lawful bind for. But I believe what Sailor Moon said is true, that they didn't get their geld in time. And the domain host or the greeter, whoever holds the webstead for them, was like, no, I'm not going to wait 5 days. Either you get it in now or whatever. I don't know. I don't own the webstead. Apparently it's owned by someone called Sailor Club Moon. Apparently he or she's from Canada. That's all I know. So your guess is as good as mine. So, I know there are going to be folks, everybody who goes to that webstead is going to have their own thought and belief over what's going on. They didn't like, you see, and they're going to get irked at me. There are some followers on SailorMoonTV.com who get irked or mad when you say something bad about it. Well, it's true. I don't think they geld their borrowing fee this month. I don't think they gave their geld for being greeted on that webstead. Whatever. That's why I think their reckoning has been put on hold. You're right about that one, Sailor You're right about that, Sailor Pluto. That's the belief I'm going to go with. You know, it might not be the truth, but that seems to be the belief. And it's not like if you don't own a Webstead, then it's not like it's going to tell you, here's why. It'll just say, oh, the Webstead's been put on hold. And if you are the owner, then you need to get a hold of the Webstead greeter, whoever you were borrowing, whoever you borrowed borrowed to have your Webstead hold it on. Um, you know, so my guess is that's probably what happened. You know, that or they got in a hang up of ownership over Sailor Moon with Toei and Naoko Takiguchi. Which, if that's true, then we know that SailorMoonTV.com isn't going to win that one. But that's what I believe. I believe that it had to be they didn't geld their Webstead holder for the month for borrowing for letting them being greeted on it, you know, or they got an ownership bind with Toei and Naoko Takiguchi over Sailor Moon. Only one of the two, but I'm gonna probably believe that it was probably the other one. Now you can tell me what you think, okay? I'm Sailor Moon. I'm Sailor Pluto. Hope you like this film.